these niggas will eat rats and fucking rodents and shit. Keep shit out of your garden. And they won't eat the plants probably. Snakes in the grass probably not gonna eat your plants. You plant your seeds, the snake's gonna slither around, get some sun. You know what I'm saying? If a rodent come and try to eat your plants, the snake is probably gonna eat the rodent. So shit isn't all bad. It kind of defends your garden a little bit. But the thing is though, that nigga needs to eat, bro. Think about it. If the snake in the grass is defending your garden because it has it's eating the rodents, when you get to a point where where you have created an environment where there are no rodents, everybody is a gardener, everybody is doing good things, the snake is still hungry, nigga, and it's not gonna eat the plants. It's not. It's gonna eat you. It wants meat. It wants meat, bro. It doesn't want actual true life. It wants to eat and consume things that have life. So a snake, the reason I say stay away from snakes is because at a certain point, regardless of who you are, regardless of who the snake is, regardless of how well you treat the snake, you could make this nigga your head of security. You know what I'm saying? Take care of him, always take care of his family, pay him well. It don't matter. Eventually, you're going to come to a point where the snake is going to attack you. And if you're paying attention, because you might not, you might fuck around and start trusting the snake. The longer you keep it around, you might fuck around and think it's a pet. It's not a pet, bro. That bitch is a wild animal, nigga. That bitch got free will, just like you. We not talking about a literal snake, nigga. It's not a pet. That's a person, bro. At a certain point, that nigga is going to turn against you. And if you're not paying attention, you might be cooked, depending on how big you are. Because the more you feed, the more abundant your garden is, think about it, the more rodents are going to come, the more the snake is going to eat, the more the snake is going to grow, the stronger it's going to get. It's dependent, it's in direct correlation with how well you're doing. Because it's eating off of you. Or it's eating off of what you bring to the table. You're feeding the snake, basically, by doing well and creating an incentive for lower level creatures to come and try to eat off you. The snake is defending you from these lower level creatures. However, a snake, a through and through snake in the grass, is not going to ever try to develop their own garden too. They're not going to get to a point where they want to do good for themselves. They're going to just eat off you. And once you stop feeding them, they're going to eat you, nigga. Or they're going to try. And you're going to have to either behead this nigga or it's going to eat you. Simple. It's not going to starve. I promise you it's not going to starve. Just like you're not going to starve. That nigga is not going to starve. That woman is not going to starve. That man is not going to starve. That's why I say you should keep that nigga away from you. Ideally. Because yes, you gain protection. Yes, you have a person who will defend you. But what are you trading in return for that, bro? This person is not defending your peace. This person is defending your longevity, because the longer you live, the healthier you are, the more they're going to eat. They don't want to see you have peace and tranquility and truly have health just for the sake of you being healthy. They want to see you have health and peace and tranquility to the extent that other people will try to come take it from you so that they have a reason to stay around and have more food to, you know what I'm saying, they have more access to more energy to eat off of. They might never bite you. You might fuck around and die before they had it. But the thing is, bro, eventually they'll bite your kids. Eventually their energy is going to turn on you, because no one is going to be okay with being sustained by another person. No energy is okay with being entirely dependent on another energy without assimilating into that energy. Keep in mind, this is not your kid, this is not your wife, this is not your husband. This is just a person that is around you who will defend you like a wife or a husband or a child, but they're not that, bro. At the end of the day, they're not part of you. And you got to keep that in mind. That's why I say just better to just leave it alone. Now, third and finally, but like niggas say, last but most definitely not least, man. Most certainly not least. parasites / leeches. Now, parasites, the difference, a parasite or a leech is essentially, it's essentially an energy form that it imprints on you. And that's the main difference, is the way that it imprints. A parasite gets into you. It gets inside of your energy. A leech attaches itself to your energy. That's the main difference. The parasite feeds directly off of your life force, directly off of your energy. Whatever flame you feed, when you feed the flame, you feed the parasite. Once you let it in, it's just eating off you. But the thing is, when you let it in, you give it the ability to alter your spiritual state, your mental state, your emotional state. You give it access to you that normally nobody would have. Normally, that's between you and God. You know what I'm saying? The parasite basically marries itself to your energy. So essentially, as soon as you start feeding, think about a tapeworm. As soon as you start eating things that are healthy, guess what? It's going to reject it. It's going to make you feel sick. It's going to make you feel like the things that are good for you are not good for you because they don't want it. It doesn't taste good to them. It doesn't feel good to them. They're not operating off of from a balanced perspective of, I have to do good both physically, spiritually, and mentally. They don't have that. They just only go off of what feels good. You know what I'm saying? So the parasite, as soon as you start doing things that are actually good for you or healthy for you, that's not in alignment with what makes them feel good or what makes them feel whatever they want to feel, they're going to start making you feel like you're doing something wrong. They're going to make you feel like you're harming yourself by doing that. That's the danger in a parasite. And the main danger of a parasite, which we all know, is that the less you feed it, the more hungry you get. You have to starve out the parasite, which is very difficult. You have to go and basically change your entire internal structure in order to even get rid of a parasite, because it's inside of your energy. So say this parasite is feeding off of your sexual energy. Nigga, if you go on a fast if you stop being lustful, not only is it gonna make you feel like, damn, you're not having sex with me, that's wrong. You're gonna feel bad for not having sex with this person. But also, the more you try to abstain from doing that, it's going to get harder. Until it gets easier, it's gonna get harder, just because this person is in your energy. The way they feel is going to imprint onto you. You might feel guilty because they're feeling bad, and they genuinely are feeling bad. But nigga, they don't have to be a parasite. That's what you got to keep in mind with all of these niggas, is that this is a choice that they're making. You don't have to help these niggas because they are choosing to live off of you. They could do what you're doing if they just did what you do. Bro, if you don't get you might gotta go pray on that. Seriously. They could do, if they just simply took the steps that you take, they would be where you are. It's that simple. They don't take the steps that you take. They would rather ride on your back while you take the steps. And that's fine if you want that, but nigga, you gonna get tired. Journeys is not easy. You don't need any extra weight on your journey. You're gonna have enough weight of your own. Seriously. The difference between a parasite and a leech, though, like I was saying, a leech attaches itself to your energy. So instead of being inside of you and making you feel like you're wrong for hurting it, the leech makes you feel like it's a part of you. The leech attaches itself to you in a way where you feel like this entity is now part of you. It feels like you're responsible for it. And so when you do things that hurt the leech reacts and you feel like that's you reacting. It hurts like you're doing it to yourself. And that's not even the most dangerous part, is that once you start to get rid of the leech, when it falls off, you're going to feel like you lost part of yourself. And you're going to have to do some work to keep in mind and realize that, nigga, that wasn't you. But that take conscious effort and work. That's not easy to do. I'm telling you, it's not. you're gonna feel like you lost a part of yourself when that leech falls off, bro. And that's why it's probably best if you just never get involved with these niggas, with the leech or parasite. Now, like I was saying, the snake in the grass is the most balanced of the three because it is a physical, the physical and spiritual or the physical and spiritual benefits or effects that each of these have go up and down respectively. So a parasite is going to affect you the least physically. It's going to affect your physical existence the least. The snake in the grass is going to affect your physical in a neutral way because it will defend you, but you also have to defend yourself from it. You have to pay attention to it. The amount of benefits that you get from the snake is going to be congruent to the amount of benefits that you have to give to the snake. So it's a balanced, for all intents and purposes, physical experience. The demon investor is going to try, or it has the desire, it has the desire to control your physical experience. And that is in the reverse, the other way going around, bro. The demon investor doesn't care what you do spiritually. As long as until your spiritual journey starts to affect your physical, the choices you make in the physical realm, the demon investor doesn't care if you pray every day. It doesn't care. The snake in the grass, like I said, is neutral. As long as you are able to pray every day and pay attention to the snake, you'll be fine. The parasite in the leech is going to make you feel like praying is wrong, if you see what I'm saying. And in the reverse, if you do push-ups every day, the parasite in the leech don't care if you do push-ups every day, as long as you also do what they want you to do every day too. The snake in the grass, neutral. As long as you have the strength left in your body to defend yourself if need be, nigga, you can do as many push-ups as you want. The demon investor, if that nigga don't want you doing push-ups, nigga, you better not be doing no damn push-ups. That's how that nigga sees it. So that is the three entities, people, energies, whatever you want to call it, that I just felt like I should speak to y'all niggas about today. You know what I'm saying? I'm a contractor, nigga.